To start off making your homemade chocolate frosting, you want to use unsalted room temperature butter. You can stick your finger in there like that to make sure that it is room temperature by making dents in it. Next, I'm using 3 sticks of unsalted butter. I also am using my whisk attachment. Alright, now I am starting off on a low speed, just getting that butter incorporated. After about 1 or 2 minutes, you can go ahead and speed it up. There we go, I'm speeding it up at this point. Here is very important. You want to make sure that you're scraping the sides in the bottom as well as with your whisk attachment, and continue to whisk. You want to whisk until you get this particular consistency of the butter. You'll see that the butter changes colors and it almost looks like whipped cream, and that's the color and the texture that you want. Go ahead and continue to scrape those sides. Scraping the sides is something you want to do consistently. Just want to make sure all that butter is incorporated. Alright, go ahead and continue to whisk. And here I do have it on a pretty high speed. Here I am sifting some cocoa powder. This is a light cocoa powder. You can use dark cocoa powder as well. And I do have the recipe listed below. And this is actually 1/2 or 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. You want to go ahead and add that in very slowly and just go ahead and whisk. At this point, again, you want to keep scraping those sides and those bottoms. That's very important in making any frosting. Alright, continue to whisk. Scrape those sides. You'll hear me say that several times. Alright, we're back to whisking. And if you get good enough, you can whisk it by moving it up here just to get some of that frosting off of the whisk. But if you're not good enough, don't do that. It'll have frosting everywhere. Continue to whisk, guys. Alright, here I'm going ahead adding in the powdered sugar. Now this recipe is 6 cups of powdered sugar. Keep in mind with powdered sugar, you can use less or more depending on how sweet you want your frosting. Here I'm going ahead adding in 1½ teaspoons of vanilla flavoring. Continue to whisk and add more of your powdered sugar. Now the powdered sugar is sifted. You want to make sure every ingredient that you put in your frosting when it comes to powdered sugar or cocoa powder is always sifted. Go ahead and continue to whisk. And going ahead again and scraping those sides. Sides and bottom. Want to make sure everything is incorporated. go. And continue to whisk. There we go, whisking away. Here you'll see me add in 1 teaspoon of milk. Now you can add as many teaspoons as you need to make the consistency as smooth or light as you will. However, you want to go ahead and continue to add that powdered sugar in there as well. And just continue to whisk. Alright guys, this is the last one. Go ahead and stir those sides and that bottom. We're almost there. Here it is, guys. Look how silk this frosting is. And if you have air bubbles, go ahead and just flip it over. Don't stir it. And just mash it in like this. And it'll take those air bubbles out. Just beautiful texture. Very silk. Delicious frosting. This will be the last chocolate frosting you'll ever use. Try it out. Subscribe to my channel. Drop me a comment, a picture, a video, and I would love to see your pictures and videos of making this frosting. And here I'm just quickly showing you how the frosting lays on a cake. Look at there, guys. Look at the silkiness of this frosting. And again, this is chocolate frosting using light cocoa powder. You can use dark cocoa powder as well if you want the dark chocolate. I just want you to see the texture on the cake. Look how smooth that is, guys. And this is delicious frosting. Please give it a try. Again, I know I've said this several times. Comment below. Subscribe to my channel. I would definitely appreciate that. Just gonna frost this real quick for you guys. If you try this frosting, this will be the last frosting you'll ever use when it comes to chocolate frosting. Look how smooth the texture is on this cake. And this is the crumb coat. So the thickness and the consistency of this frosting is almost covering the cake with just the crumb coat. Go ahead and design your cake. I'm just showing you the texture of the frosting. And then enjoy it. There it is, guys. I'm just adding some chocolate crumbles on the top. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in with Alice with It's a Cake Bakery. Bye now.